Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Celisa coming to you from Beautifully Me and You, de bellamente y tú y yo. And yeah, y'all, I'm back. I came to bring you guys a video that's more of a how-to video about creating your own dashboards, your own dividers for your planners, especially if you want to decorate them. And they even can be used for your cash wallets. For me, I started carrying around the little A7 wallet and I'm like, I want to, jazz it up a bit. So I'm bringing a little bit of my creativity here, and trust me, the options are endless. I'm just going to show you some strategies that you can use in order to incorporate and bring this whole thing to life your way. Okay? All right. So if that sounds like something that interests you, seeing how we'll be making some dashboards as well as dividers, then let's get right into the video. All right, first and foremost, this might be a little bit of a long video, so I want to make sure that I include some timestamps, which will be down below, that you can fast forward to whatever product it is you're trying to learn how to create. I'm going to show you some of the end results right now, so that way you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about when you are clicking those timestamps, okay? All right, so first things first, we're going to talk about creating paper dashboards. So there's like this, there's this one that can be layered. There's this one, and then this is a more whimsical one. Okay, so these are just paper dashboards, and we'll be talking about those first. The next thing we'll be talking about is chrome dashboards, or foiled dashboards is what they're also called. And so I have this one on paper, this one on vellum, and then here's another style on vellum. So I'll be showing you how to make those. And finally, we'll be talking about some laminated dashboards, which you also can use in order to plan your life out, plan out different things, to-do lists, grocery lists, things like that. There's one example, here's another. And so I'll be showing you guys these as well. The last thing we'll be talking about is how to create your own dividers. And so these are some of the examples of the dividers that I created, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. Okay? We now know what we have a plan for. Paper dashboards, chrome dashboards, laminated dashboards, and then dividers. All right. All right, so to get started, I'm going to head over to Canva. Canva is a really easy app to use. And just so you know, I'm self-taught on Canva, which just proves how easy it is to use. It's really just about creativity. I do have a link for a pro version down in my description box, but you can use the free version. You just won't have access to some of the things that I'm going to be utilizing today. And you do get more access if you have the pro version, right? All right, so to get started, we're going to head over here to the right-hand side where it says create a design. Now, I'd already created this whole design before, but we're going to do it again because I forgot to record. So we're not going to use 8.5 by 11, but instead we're going to change to inches and put in 11 by 8.5. So the paper will come out landscape whenever we go to start creating our designs. The first thing we want to do is head over to the left-hand side and click on elements. And we're going to type in rectangle because we want to have kind of like a guide of the size of the dashboard that we'll be creating. So when we type in rectangle, we're just going to pick one and then put it onto this page that we're actually working with. And we can copy and paste by doing Control-C, Control-V. But first we want to size it to the size that we need. So for an A7 binder, it should be 5.2 wide and it should be 3.7 long. So, or wait a minute, 5.2 long and 3.7 wide. There we go. So once we have that, we're gonna Control-C, Control-V and make sure that we get 4 of those on one page. You should be able to fit 4 dashboards on one page whenever you're creating one for an A7 binder. Now, since these rectangles are just a guide for us, we don't actually need them. I'm just squaring them up on the page. And then we will highlight all of them by holding down the Shift key and clicking on all 4 rectangles. We go to the 3 dots in the top left corner and hit the little square box that's transparency and turn it down so we can see the guides, but we don't necessarily have them, blocking what it is we're trying to create. And that's how we'll do that. Next, we'll go back up to elements again, and we're going to search for just something that we can put in. So I put in inspirational sayings, and you can see wake up and slay is there, and I had that one before, but I decided to use this one, dream, believe, and achieve. And it has a little circle where you can actually rotate it. So this way, if you wanted it to be up and down or long ways, you would just rotate it till it got to the 90 degrees. And then you don't want to center it on the page because remember, all the way on the left side of the page, we're going to have to hole punch. Okay, so I'm looking for something else just to jazz it up, and I decided to look for stars. And like I said, I had already created this once before and I couldn't find the exact stars that I used the first time. So I just went back to recently used on the home page. And when I got there, you'll see that I added some stars. A good tip sometimes is to click the graphics button, and that way you can find images that are only graphics versus videos and things that you can't use when you're creating a PDF product. So yeah, I couldn't find it. So I went back to Element and went to recently used and kind of just scrolled over until I found what I was looking for. These were the stars I used previously, and I just rotated them to put some on the bottom and some on the top, and I'm trying to get them within that green box, the first green box. And then I copied and pasted and put some on the top. Now in the top right, or left-hand side rather, there's those squares that are yellow. That's the color of the stars, and I'm changing them all to black so that every star on the page will be black. And these are all going to be chrome in the end, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get everything looking kind of uniform and making sure that it looks okay. All right, so that's our first dashboard. We just created one. Amazing, right? The second one's even going to be easier than that. I literally typed in floral pattern, and that's how I got to this pattern previously. I'm not going to do it all over again, but basically that's what I did. I went back up to transparency and I turned it down some so it wouldn't be so bold colors, but a little bit more muted, and then just centered it. Now it's okay if it's a little bit overlapping on the outside of the paper size, but if it's overlapping into the other dashboard that created, that will be a problem. And then I had searched around and looked for some inspirational words and found the words believe in yourself, and I went ahead and applied those. All right, now here was another floral pattern that I have, and this was a little bit more whimsical. And again, you can always adjust the colors in Canva by looking up to the upper left. And so I'm looking for a little bit brighter colors to use since it is such a whimsical flower pattern. And so I changed all of the colors into something a little bit more bright and more bold. And remember, you always can use the transparency button to mute down these colors if you'd like, and you don't want them to be so like bright and you want them to be a little bit more see-through, then you would just make it more transparent. And that also can help to mute down some of the colors. Finally, I was looking for some hearts to put onto the last dashboard, and I just made them all black. So I went and did the same thing, changed all the colors to black, and then stretched it out and made sure that I didn't overlap over the flower pattern that was above it. And that was pretty much it for these dashboards. So look how simple. I mean, in a matter of, I don't know how many minutes it has been, but we pretty much completed these. The final step that you need to do is to remove that black background green square that's there. And so in order to do that, I'm literally just moving some of the design until I highlight that box and then take the transparency all the way down to 0. Okay, so on some of them, I did actually have to scoop the design up or down in order to grab the green box behind it and then turn it all the way down and move it back in place. And that's pretty much it. Once I got done removing all the transparencies, then it was time to go ahead and save it so that we can print it. I will be printing these on regular paper as well as on vellum. Everything looked good here. I'm just rechecking it. And then you go to share and you want to click the file type to be a PDF print and then download it. You can already see I already downloaded it once the first time when I forgot to save. All right, so that is everything for this set of dashboards. For sheer variety, I decided to make some more muted ones or kind of minimalistic ones that I thought other people would like. And so I went to text over on the left-hand side and I found this font that I thought looked pretty like minimalistic, and I was rotating it. I think I rotated it too much, but it's okay. So I rotated it and then shrunk it down to size. And next I just started playing around with some of the other fonts to change some of the looks and the words. And so for this one, I'm typing "The world is your oyster." And so I use some different fonts, and I'll just let this one kind of play and you can kind of see how I'm changing some of the designs and making this one more of a minimalistic design.
Love, you move too fast for me. Can catch up with the thoughts in your mind. They're everywhere, and it's hard for me to bear. 'Cause I get so lost, feel just like a boomerang. 'Cause you change your plans every day, and you don't seem to care what I think or how it affects me. Since I laid my eyes on you, my baby, I just wanna make your dreams come true, my lady. If you low, I'll lift you up. Just let me know when gets tough. Do you feel the way I do, my baby? Do you see me like I see you, my lady? I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love, true love is what I want, my baby. Like I see you, you see me. That's the only way to be right. Love, I move slow for you, 'cause you are finishing my sentences.
What you'll come to find out in Canva, it's not really hard to navigate, but you're trying to create the look that you have in your mind. And I think sometimes that's the hardest part, whether you're centering, using transparency to turn it up or down, centering to the left, all the way to the right, changing the font size or the font style. It really is just about what you want it to look like and how you want to create your dashboards.
If you low,
Okay, you guys, now that I'm back with all of the printouts, so this is the one design. I printed it in two different ways. One is on vellum, so it's kind of see-through somewhat. It's like frosted. And then the other one's on regular paper. So this will be 4 different dashboards here. And then I also printed these. So I just removed the words from the flower print. And then I made 2 other ones, and this one's just extra. It was already on the page. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is cut them, and then we'll start by doing just the printed ones. I'll show you what they look like inside of the binder. So I'm gonna line this up just so that I can trim like that. Okay, so that's one. I'm gonna cut off the bottom of this one. So you're really just trimming it to size that we had originally, which we know the print is all the way to the border, so that ought to make it work. And it is supposed to be 3 3/4, and you can see that here. So we'll trim that. So this is one. I'm gonna trim this one to 3 3/4 just to make sure.
You have in front of you, or maybe I'm not enough for you.
All right, so this is one as well. And then the last one, let me show you this one. And then I'll show you in vellum what it looks like. I personally like the vellum look, and I've heard of people printing on acetate as well, which is like the transparency film from a projector. If you've been around and know about projectors, I like that as well. These are all the paper versions, and we're gonna use one of these paper versions in order to show how to do a foil. So, but let me just show you what it looks like on regular paper. Next, we'll cut the vellum, and we'll do a foil on a vellum as well, so you can see the difference.
You don't see what you have in front of you, or maybe I'm not enough for you.
So there we go. Dream, believe, achieve, and we'll foil those 2 so I can show you those.
Broken hearts, 'cause I don't wanna waste my time.
So just like that, this would be a regular dashboard, just a vellum one. And let me hole punch it. In order to hole punch, I do put on this particular type of hole puncher, which is linked down in my Amazon description, I use the Pocket Mini for both, turn those all the way in. And then I pull this in so that when I do hole punch it, let me see if I can show you from the back. From the back, you can see there's a little bit of paper here and some paper on this side. So that's how you know it's gonna be centered. So I'm gonna pull it out just a tiny bit more. And check it again. And check it again. Okay, that looks good to me. And so now we'll hole punch, and it would look just like this. And this one is really pretty. If you wanted the paper version, you do the same thing. I'm gonna leave the hole punch for A7, and it looks like this. So these 2 could layer on top of each other, or you can layer this on top of something else. Let me get my A7 binder and I'll show you guys that. And it would look like that. Believe in yourself. That one's really pretty. It doesn't go with the theme of my little character envelopes, but this is a pretty, actual, really pretty dashboard to have. And you can also laminate this to make it thicker if you'd like. So that is one type, but it looks like this. That one's really pretty too. I think I like the vellum one better though, but I'm a vellum girl. I like the kind of transparency of vellum. So that's another option. This one, I'll show you guys how to make it chrome, but for right now, let's just try it. Yeah, that goes more with my aesthetic, but let's see. So it would look like this if you wanted that style. That one's vellum, so you still can see the avocado through. And then you get the idea about the paper, so you can also do that. We're gonna use these two. I'm gonna trim down this one, and we're gonna use these two in order to frost. So hold on one second. Use these two to put chrome on, and I'll show you guys the chrome detail next. So there's those two. So there's that one. I would hole punch this one on this side. This is similar to the one that I made for myself. That's a vellum, and then I just put the chrome detail on it, so I'll show you that in a minute. So The World Is Your Oyster is one of them. And for this one, we want to go to 5.25, and then we want to go to 3.75. I think I'll cut this side over here, because that side's for the hole punch. So it looks like this, and it would hole punch. And there's a dashboard. This one's really minimalistic, and I feel like this would look good inside of my Moterm once I set it up. So I think I'm gonna be pretty whimsical with my cash envelope wallet, but I do wanna do more, you know, minimalistic look for my Moterm. So I'll be using that one. You'll probably see that one again. And then this one that says Make It Happen. Let's try this one. I like how everything's across the top of this one. So let's go down to 375. I think I'll cut, since it's so close on this side, I'm gonna cut on this side, 375. And then we'll do from the bottom, because it's all the way at the top. If there's anything that we need to cut here, which is very minimal, it looks like this. That one would look good with something strong behind it. So let's see. Just as an example, if you had this one, which is the paper Believe in Itself, and then you layered it with a vellum that says Make It Happen, it looks like this. So that's really pretty. Okay, yeah, I got an idea for that. Okay, so that's that for, so that's everything as far as the paper, different styles and different paper styles. You also could put it on cardstock, but I feel like it would get very bulky very quick, so I didn't do that. But let's go ahead and move forward so I can show you how to actually use the chrome material to make it kind of chrome looking. So in order to get started, you're gonna need a plain piece of paper, and mine has some decoration on the outside. We're not gonna worry about that as long as the inside is plain. If the inside has any print on it, when you run it through the laminator, it will actually transfer to your image, okay? So let's see, so you need a plain piece of paper, you need a laminator, and I've already turned the laminator on. I turned it on 5 mil, but really it could probably go on 3. But anyway, and then you need some of this. This is called Deco Foil. I'll link it down in my Amazon description box. And this is for fabric or paper, and they're transfer sheets for chrome, okay? 5 sheets come in here. We're only gonna use 1, and I don't even know if we'll use the whole 1. Okay, I had some that I used before. Let's take 1 large sheet out. We'll cut it, and then I'll put it back. All right, so let's see, 1, 2. All right, so I'm gonna lay the 2 dashboards down and cut the border. You don't have to have it go right to the edge unless what you're trying to put chrome on is right to the edge, which ours is, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole thing. this piece can be used for another project. So what you'll need to do is you have your shiny side of your chrome, okay, paper, and you're gonna put that face down. And the dull side is gonna adhere to any type of laser printing that you have. So this had to be printed with a laser printer, okay? And so not an inkjet printer, it won't stick to that, it'll stick to the laser. So this laser, anything that's black on this page, the laser, will come out chrome. So we're gonna put that face down. And we're gonna do the same thing on this one. Put it face down on the dull side. And then this goes through the laminator. And I'll show you what happens next. Hold on, let me put all this in here. And
This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, oh.
like this, okay? And so we don't need the paper anymore. And what we're gonna do is literally just peel this off. Like this. And there's one. Wow, that one's pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna do the other one. Oh, I think I like that one too. Well, now I like both of them. Okay, so this one is vellum, and then this one is paper. I'm gonna use one of these in my planner. I do notice that with the vellum, there's a couple of like little tiny black spots. I'm trying to get it in the camera so you can see where the chrome did not adhere as well, like right there. There's one you can see, okay? But on the paper, it did not do that. It's all the way like perfect. So that's great. So I think I might use the paper one for this. This is what the chrome looks like afterwards. You really could literally cut some of these pieces and use them for little tiny projects if you wanted to for a second time, okay? I have heard only run it through the laminator once, because if you laminate it again, it will dull the chrome effect on here. Y'all, that's fire. Okay. All right, so that's chrome. So now we got the chrome effect. We have the papers. Let me get all the papers out here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. And we had another one. Oh, here it is. Okay, we got different paper options. We have the chrome options. And finally, I'm gonna show you guys how to do the laminated options. So hold on, let me get the stuff for that. Comment down below and let me know which one's your favorite so far, because y'all, these is looking pretty fire. Okay, let's see. So for the laminated ones, we need 2 kinds of laminate, and let me get it. Now remember, with these projects, I mean, these are all up to you guys. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to look a certain way. This is your own creativity. So this is just the process of how to do it. But what you do with that information is all up to you. I'm sorry, one other thing. You can also round the corners. Let me round the corners of this one that I'm gonna be using. This is a corner rounder, so you can round the corners. It makes it look a little more polished. Hold on. And like I said, you could laminate this if you want it to be thicker, but yeah, I love these. Okay, all right, so this is a 3 mil paper, okay? And what I'm gonna do is first take off the rounded corners, as I always do in anything I create. And then I'm gonna cut this to the exact side of the dashboard for the A7, which by now you should have it memorized. It's 5.25 by 3.75. And I split the laminate in half. I'll make one full size one and one half size. So half size, I think I'll go down to 2.5 versus 3.75. All right, so we have this piece right here and this one right here. Okay, and we're gonna make some dashboards out of that. All right, hopefully you guys can see that, but if not, this one's gonna be a dashboard, this bigger one, and this one's gonna be a divider, and so I'm gonna show you how to make these 2 laminate products next. All right, so to get started, we're gonna use these. I have this Happy Planner book, which has quite a bit of stickers in it. So I have this. I also had this gifted to me. It's a set of Post-its that came with a happy planner pack that I won in a giveaway, as well as this. So I'll show you guys how to create one dashboard using some of these cool stickers. If you have them, cool. If not, you can use Post-its. You can use a piece of paper that you color on, whatever you like, and you'll see the variety. It's just so, I mean, it's just so awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do to get started, we'll first work on the dashboard, okay? So for the dashboard, we're just gonna stick stickers. Now we do need to be mindful that this border is where it's gonna be hole punch. So we're gonna work kind of like from here over. And I'm just eyeballing it. I mean, there's no specific thing. Let's see, there's so many great stickers in here. Let's go towards the back where I know there's some like, yeah. Okay, let's do this one. Here's the top 3. So we'll put this one down. Now, whenever you stick it to the laminate, you want to stick it to the shiny side, not the dull side. And it can really stick. So once you get it on there, you're kind of in there. So you got to just lay them down as best you can. Okay, that one's pretty good. And then let's see, what else do I want to put? I like some of the transparent stickers that came in here. So I like this one. Top priority, me. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see. Daily gratitude. Now that sounds cool. Let's stick with the purple theme. Let's do a daily gratitude area up here. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can take this off of here. Ooh. Oh, yeah. All right, so this will be the daily gratitude area. That's 3 things that I'm grateful for, the top 3 things.
Looking for a sign that I might be worth your time. Yeah. When I look into your eyes, it make me feel alive. I don't know what this is, yeah. But it feel like it's real, baby. I don't wanna pretend, no. I just wanna come clear, wanna see you again.
It's pretty decent. I mean, you can doctor them up however you like. So that's one. The second one we need to do is going to be divider. And for dividers, I wasn't really decorating them with things that I would actually be jotting down notes on, and I'll show you my examples in a minute. But I was definitely making them so they can divide areas of my cash wallet. So I'm gonna use a Post-it note, and I'm just using this one. I have some pink Post-it notes that I could have used as well. And I'm cutting off the word today yet again, because I'm using what I have, okay? And so for this one, I would put it somewhere either here, here, however far you want. I'm gonna go with here. Let me make it higher. All right, so you're gonna fold it down like that, and then see how this sticks up. So this is the end, and there's the tab, okay? So that's step 1, lay that down. And now I'm just gonna put some jazzy stickers on here. Let's start with follow your own star. That's one for the books. You are going to do great today. Okay, so it looks like this. And those 2 we're actually going to laminate. Because I want a more sturdy dashboard and divider, I'm gonna use a 5 mil, but you could also use a 3 mil, and you could laminate it twice if you want it to be sturdy. You see what I'm saying? So there's several ways to do it, but I'm gonna use the 5 mil. All right, so they come out looking like this, and I'm gonna use my scissors. First, I'm gonna use the cutter in order to cut them. And I'm looking for this kind of double line. I don't know if you can see it. That. I'm looking for that double line right there. That's what I'm cutting, because that's the end of the laminate on the inside. So it looks like this, and now I'm gonna relaminate it. Just stick it back through. As far as the divider, I'm gonna cut the bottom, but for the top, we do need to use the scissors so we can cut around this tab. So I'm literally just gonna cut here and cut here and then cut here. And it looks like this. And I'm gonna send that one back through as well. All right, now that the dashboard has come out, I'm just gonna hole punch it. It looks like this. And for these, you can write on them. So for daily gratitude, grateful for my kids. And here you can write any notes to yourself you wanted to write as well. So this says make time to, and I'm gonna say stop and smell the roses. And so it looks like this. And of course you could just wipe this off with alcohol. This is a Sharpie fine, ultra fine point pen that I'm using to write. I also have a blue one. I got these at Hobby Lobby, I think it was, or Michael's, might've been Michael's. Grateful, and they had all colors. For time to make this video. So it looks like this. You want to put it in your planner or your Moterm or whatever you have. You literally just will pick this up and put this in here. And now it looks like this. As far as the, and oh, one other thing I forgot. I would definitely round the corners on these because this is laminate, so it will be kind of pointy. So round the corners so it won't stick you. There we go. It looks like this. So that one can go in there. And then the same thing, this is just a divider. So I would first round the corners. Now, as far as the tab, I'm gonna have to use the scissors to round the corners because I don't, well, you know what? This one might fit in here. Let's see. Let me go on the small side. There we go. It did work. No, not that one. Okay, so that one on that edge won't work. It won't fit in there. I'm just gonna round the corners myself. Okay, so it looks like this. And this divider, you hole punch it as well. When you hole punch this one, make sure you're lining it up with the top here, not here, because we need this to stick out above. So we need the line up to go with here. So you stick it in there like that and hole punch it. Oh no, it cut off part of my F. Oh well, that's okay. Follow your own star. And this could go here. I'm gonna put it, let's say, before my cash envelopes, and I would write on here, cash envelopes. So if I had my planner pages in the front, then I would be able to see right here that this is where my cash envelopes start. So you can see that. So you literally can just open here and you'll have your cash envelopes. So I made a couple of examples. Let me show you those for the laminated ones. All right, so as far as the dashboards, I made this one. This has a morning routine and a word of the week. It says follow your heart. And then it has personal challenge. Mine is 10,000 steps per day. And to do, it was to film this dashboard video. So that's what I had for today. This one, I'm gonna use this portion as a grocery list. So if we need milk, eggs, water, just jot it down really quick. It also has this cultivate part, which says social. So like for social media, you can put when you post, spiritual, whenever you pray, emotional, whatever that means to you if you're feeling good, having a good day, intellectual, if you do some reading, and then physical, when you're actually working out. These are the wins of the week you also can write up here, and this says love today, okay? And for this practice this week, I put gratitude and I put a dot for like today, let's say. So this is a dashboard, one of them, and this is the other. And I did round the corners on both of these. So these would go right in here with the others. And I don't know that I'm gonna be using all of them. I was making some as examples before I actually brought you guys on. These are some dividers that I made. This one says to do, and it has all this stuff. Go to the grocery store, turn in payroll. I put one down here for post on TikTok, and when I do, I'll color it in. This is just an example. And I listed this one as to-dos. So this would go right in the front of the binder, like that, okay? And then this one was for cash envelopes, and this literally just had 1, 2, 3 stickers and a couple of hearts, and I just laminated that one, and that was gonna go exactly where the other one went for cash envelopes. It could just go here. So instead of having the one that we just made, I would put this one. And so now I have my to-do, I have my cash envelope divider, and then I have my cash envelopes. I do wanna put the Dream Big chrome right in the front because that is so pretty. And the other ones that I had, I took them out. So this paper one is bomb. And it looks like that. And you can do a lot of this yourself. I laminated one of the other ones that I had made before that was chrome and hole punched it. And so it's a lot more sturdy than just the vellum itself. But I didn't like the way that one came out. So I made another one just straight vellum today while I was here with the chrome. Isn't it so pretty? And so I'm gonna cut this one down to size and put it behind Believe. It looks like this. And there's that. And that's what I have so far for you guys. All right, like I said, I hope you guys were all able to use something out of this video in order to make a dashboard or a divider for your binders. I'll try to leave the size dimensions for the A6 binders down below. So if you want to do that as well, just remember you can either have the lettering go this way on the A6 or you can have it go this way. So you can decide whenever you create your own dashboards and dividers, okay? So I will go ahead and link that sizing down below in the description. But other than that, I think that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit crafty and different than what I normally do. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, put this one single emoji right here, letting me know you're a real one. Because I know this one was probably kind of lengthy. And also, I will be coming out very soon with my cash budgeting of week 1 and 2's budget and cash stuff, okay? For the month of October. So I think that is everything for today, you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.